I'm confused by the paddle concept with the hybrid event.
Mm-hmm.
So is that, if you have live guests and virtual guests and a silent auction that runs until about 9 that night, where I don't know where the paddles come in. I don't know if Kevin or Crystal understood that any better than me from our event, but that's where I was struggling, because typically we just have people either bid completely on paper or completely online.
So this is the experience that Paybee has, which is unique compared to all the other competitors, right? What we strongly believe in, that donors should participate in an experience that's natural to them, right? Again, at your event, you don't want them to be opening their phones and looking at their screens, not focusing on your event, because then they'll get on Instagram and SMS, and then you've lost their attention. So at your in-person audience, they will have paddles, which they will be raising every time they want to pledge or they want to bid. You can have a clerk at your event. So one of your team members will be trained to be the clerk, and they'll be capturing paddle raises in real time. And then the pledge goes into their cart. So this is for your in-person audience. Does that part make sense? Mm-hmm.
Yes, it does for a live auction, but it doesn't for...
Makes sense. Live auction, I can get to a silent auction as well. So this would be for the pledge drive, as well as the live auction or last hero, or any other fundraising games that you have, right? So your in-person audience will be raising their paddles. Your virtual guests will be hitting the buttons just like you did during the demo. Clear so far?
Okay, so virtual guests, buttons. Yep.
Okay, now let's get to the silent auction or the online auction that you were talking about. You can open this up a few days before your event, and then you can continue it at your event. I'm gonna share my screen just to show you how our system generates bid sheets. Let me open that up. Do you see my screen?
Yep.
Yeah.
So you can use these ones, which I recommend for you. This would have the name of your item, an image, the description, and a QR code on it. So if they wanted to place a bid at your event, they would just scan this code using their own phone, and then they can place a bid. And somebody who they outbid, who was sitting at home and didn't come to your event, would get notified, oh, you've been outbid, so that they can bid again. And your online silent auction can...
So for how will the person know if they wanted to bid in person using the QR code? How do they know what the current bid is?
When they scan it, they'll see it.
Okay, so that is the scanning doesn't actually bid. The
current bid,
so
that is correct. It'll show you what the current bid is, and then they can choose to place the bid.
Scanning opens up. That makes sense.
Can you bid using the QR code if you didn't register?
They want it. Yes.
Okay, so if someone just shows up that night at the event, okay.
Totally. We want to make sure everybody can bid, whether they've come to your event or not, whether they've registered or not, because the more bids you get, the better for you.
Okay, cool. So the paddles would just be for our live auction item.
Exactly. And your pledge drive underneath.
Sure.
Yeah.